You could say this is the Spot the Difference edition. This is the all-new Passat with its brand new steering wheel. It's got a brand new interface down here, and there's the addition of an 11.7-inch TFT screen too. There are some bumper changes, 3 new sets of wheels, and 3 new colours, including lapis blue, famous for the Golf R. On the surface though, you might not notice any changes, but let's have a closer look.
I'd come to a VW driving day for car journalists to get up close with the new Passat Estate. These days are a kind of magical Volkswagen adventure playground full of wonder and intrigue. This Mark 8.5 Passat is one of 30 million of these on the road, despite some thinking it's boring. It comes in 6 models with 9 engines and costs from £218 a month, which is not boring at all.
Yes, and one of the most interesting for me is the 1.5 TSI petrol engine. It has 150 horsepower, and on Leasing.com the cost was only £235 a month, and that deal I saw had a panoramic roof. Very rare for a car of this quality and size and heritage to have a pan roof for that kind of money. The other interesting one is the GTE. It's going to be very popular. It's a bit like the Golf GTE. It's got a 1.4 engine with a battery and now an improved range of 35 miles. What? Not worth bothering? Well, don't you?
If you want a diesel, they are all 4-cylinder engines and range from 114 horsepower to 237. There's also a brand new diesel engine called an Evo, and like the petrol engines, the new diesel can shut down cylinders cleverly for economy. There are improvements to the infotainment, allowing you to be more connected than ever, and a host of increasingly exciting options. Oh, and this is Ethel, a classic one I was dying to have a closer look at.
Let's go and have a look and see what it's like to drive, because there's always, when they do these updates, there's always more to the updates than what they tell you. So I'm interested to see if this is better than the last one. Anyway, we can't be long, because apparently on this VW driving day there is a free lunch.
For this sort of money and quality, one could describe this as the secret weapon of the company fleet. 85% of these are just that, but it's also very good as a family practical car as well, especially the Estate, with its completely flat floor and 650 litres of space, or in other words, just a lot bigger than nearly everyone else.
It also very cleverly teaches you mindfulness, you see, because VW now want you to be in the moment. One of the ways in that they've helped you do that is by removing the clock, the very attractive clock that used to be here. Instead, you've now got the word Passat, you see, because time is not important.
It is 4,802 millimeters long, which makes it sadly 2 millimeters longer than your garage. 5 of the major engine parts in most of the models have been completely revised, and they all now come with eCall, which automatically alerts the emergency services for you if you're involved in an accident.
But accidents are going to be less likely with the new IQ Drive, which is VW's umbrella term for automation, which they're putting across all of their cars. As you know, if you get any VW, it's very unlikely that you won't get radar cruise for free. But IQ Drive is the next level up. In fact, the GTE automation, they say, is the first car to have level 2 automation all the way up the speed range. Very good. Here is me doing it in an Arteon, a similar system, slightly older, but still very, very good. You can subscribe or look at the link in the description for a time code there. There now also is DCC, which is essentially where the car will decide what suspension setting to be in, or you can do it manually. It's good, takes it to the next level.
As does the GTE, which is a very good car and will be popular, but it's a little more expensive, nearly as much as a fully electric car, such as a Model 3.
Perhaps value-wise then, you might be better off going for one of the, dare I say, diesels, or the 1.5 TSI petrol, which is a very good car. And you can't go wrong with a VW diesel, really, can you? You know, this was Car of the Year in America in 2011.
Okay, at that point it was a little break for lunch. Luckily I had my watch on because the Passat, doesn't have a clock anymore. But before eating, it was time to take a look at one of the classics.
Now this is a 1988 original Passat. electric windows. It is a 5-cylinder 2-litre engine. In fact, this engine is the same engine as they used in the original Audi Quattro. Here's an interesting feature. This has done 63,000 miles, but this whole steering wheel area was offset. When you switch on the Blaupunkt, which is in there, that comes up and down. We should have these again today, shouldn't we? Because when you go into Tesco's, wow, come and have a look at this. So we've got, that's whiffy in there. This, it smells like your granddad. Oh, sunroof, look at that. Which you do, not a single sound. Lovely speaker that though, isn't it? Oh, you get some bass out of that. Would that be velour, do you think? Cars from before you were born. Running a bit rich, this one is. Come on, Ethel, let's get back on with the video. Okay, so this is, we've got all the paperwork here. It might be an opportunity for me to see what you get free with the Passat. Now, we mentioned the panoramic roof earlier on. That was a very good deal. I can see on here that it isn't free. That's okay, fine. What about the interior light pack? Now, obviously, that is also not free. The lights that do all this stuff. You've got these amazing lights that pick out animals, flash at the animals, love all that. That is also okay. This is a lovely pie.
A final run out to check its handling was a true pleasure. Mine had the upgraded radar cruise, which is one of the best, and remember, most VWs have radar cruise of one type or another anyway free. A great reason to get one, even if, to make it as quiet as you'd like, it's probably best to get the smallest wheels you can. Loved the new steering wheel though, and the high quality interior, and it remains unmistakably German, but also understated and grown up.
That is the thing with the Passat, you see, because if you get the right colour, it looks brilliant. It really does. It's got this clever ability of being able to disguise how well or how badly you're doing at work. And in terms of quality, I think the margin, driving dynamics and everything you get and value for money has never really been closer between this and the 3 Series and the C-Class. In fact, this makes an awful lot more sense.
Want one? You can now have a look at the biggest list of deals on Leasing.com for the newest cars at easy fixed monthly payments and say goodbye to buying. And if you just discovered us and you like cars as much as we do, smash the like button or subscribe, and or both, and you can watch some of our other stuff like me driving a Mustang on the grass, doing some highly skilled dressage here, and even arguing with the world's most complicated roundabout.